is Anthony, my son. Most of you guys might not know I'm Anthony's dad. Also Rachel's dad, too, so we got a lot of information here today. Affirmations for Anthony. And to think that kettle corn and huskies can start a friendship. It's been a great 4 years, and I love how you have a great heart for God and leadership, challenging me to push further academically and spiritually. I'm glad to call you my best friend, and I'm excited for your post-college future. Oh, my shot is here now.
Woo!
Great afternoon. I want to thank you for being such a great influence in my life. You're my prime example on what a leader should be like. Your insane amount of energy and positivity are the two main traits that I admire about you the most. I know that God will take you places where leaders need it so you can guide them into His kingdom. Carry us to victory. Where is Brett? There he is. Come share.
So many freshman pictures over there. So Jalen messaged me last week saying if I wanted to say a word. Really, I could talk about a lot of things, and if I had the time, I'd probably be up here for hours, but I won't torture you with that. No. So when I got to thinking, I was like, what about my time here at university really impacted me the most during my 4 long years here? Not saying it was bad 4 years, but it was long. And I narrowed it down to 2, so I'm going to just talk about both. And it was something that God taught me about myself and about Him while I was here, and also about what you guys taught me. And a lot of you probably don't know this, but I think one of my main struggles just throughout my entire life has been a battle with loneliness, and not just in relationships, but dating relationships, but just feeling like I didn't really connect with anyone, I wasn't really connecting with God, He's just distant from me, and no one really cared about me, and I think the ways I handled that previously before joining university weren't too good. Usually just find a way to distract myself from that pain, usually through music, just video games, just trying to get my mind off it. And while those aren't bad things in themselves, the fact that I was trying to avoid it was bad. And really what I had inside me was an emptiness in my heart, and I wasn't feeling it with Jesus, and I wasn't really opening up the time to God to speak to me either. And so I think what God really taught me just about that is that God is always with me, and I wasn't taking out the time for Him just to speak into my life and just be silent. And even though I have questions, previous questions about previous struggles I had that went unanswered, it's okay to walk with faith with those questions. And I guess that's what really faith is all about, is trusting in God even though those questions still remain. And I guess with my time here at university, there's just something about this community that's a lot different than anything I've ever experienced. And I'm just really thankful that God led me here. And I really learned a lot about friendship and what that really looks like. And true friendship isn't about having a group of people that you have something in common with, and that you hang out with occasionally. But rather it's about being surrounded by a community of people that really care about you and really show God's love to you. And just love me deep and unconditionally. And I know I had my accountability partners. I think just having those close friends that I could bring myself with just without a mask on, and just be able to talk about hey, how am I really feeling? How are you really doing today? I think that in itself has been the most impactful thing you guys as a community could ever have done. And sometimes when I'm sharing a story with someone, if you're in a negative mood, you choose to share the darkest, saddest side of that story. But like, what a good friend does is like sort of turn on the lights to your story and put it into a positive light and remind us there's a lot of different ways to tell a story. And I guess I just want to leave off this with a couple comments. Like true friendships often show like the heart of God by demonstrating His love in the ways we interact with others. I'm going to leave with a verse from 1 John 4:12, which says, "No one has ever seen God, but if we love each other, God lives in us, and His love is brought to full expression in us." Which I think it really means like if we really love each other in this way, we're going to grow from that within the community, as well as others who are maybe outsiders who haven't heard about Jesus are going to look to us and see there's something different about us. So I just want to thank you guys just for anyone I've ever had the time to have conversation with. I'm really thankful to have the opportunity of being a small group leader and a coach for all this time, and it's something I will really never forget. I'll be at CFW, so if you want to have one-on-one meetups with me, please do so. Thanks, guys.